Welcome back to Top Liberty Coins. Today's episode on coins is going to completely change the way you look at the change in your pocket. Because sometimes, a simple Liberty coin can be worth far more than anyone ever imagined. And today we are talking about one very special coin that collectors around the world search for, the 1961D Liberty coin, its history, its mystery, and its current market value. Imagine holding a coin that was minted more than 6 decades ago. A coin that passed through thousands of hands. A coin that may have been forgotten in drawers, jars, or old family collections. Yet today, under the right condition, that same coin could be worth a significant amount of money. That is the magic of rare coins. The Liberty design is one of the most iconic symbols in American coin history. For generations, Liberty represented freedom, strength, and opportunity. The design appeared on many United States coins over the years, especially on dimes, quarters, and half dollars. When people talk about Liberty coins, they often think about beauty, silver shine, and historical importance. In 1961, the United States Mint was still producing silver coins for circulation. The 1961D coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which is why it carries the small d mint mark. That tiny letter can make a very big difference in value. The Denver Mint has produced billions of coins, but certain years and conditions make specific pieces stand out from the rest. Most 1961D Liberty coins were made for everyday use. Millions were produced, which means in average circulated condition they are usually not extremely rare. However, condition is everything in coin collecting. A coin that looks worn, scratched, or heavily circulated will have a lower value. But a coin that has never been used, never touched by rough hands, and remains in mint state condition can be worth far more. Collectors use grading systems to determine a coin's condition. The higher the grade, the higher the value. A 1961D Liberty coin in ordinary circulated condition might only be worth its silver content or slightly above face value. But if that same coin is in brilliant uncirculated condition, with sharp details and full luster, the price increases dramatically. Now let's talk about something very important: silver content. Many Liberty coins minted in 1961 were made of 90% silver. That alone gives them intrinsic value because silver prices fluctuate in the market. Even if the coin is common, its silver weight gives it a base value. When silver prices rise, the value of these coins also rises, but here is where it gets exciting. Certain rare high-grade examples, especially those with exceptional strike quality or proof-like surfaces, can sell for thousands of dollars at auction. Auction houses and collectors compete aggressively for coins that are near perfect. A flawless example with strong eye appeal, no marks, and original mint luster can command serious money. There are also special varieties and error coins. Sometimes during the minting process, small mistakes happen. These errors can include double dyes, off-center strikes, or unusual surface characteristics. Error coins are highly collectible because they are unique. If a 1961D Liberty coin has a rare mint error and remains in excellent condition, its value can multiply many times over. You might have seen headlines claiming certain coins are worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. While not every 1961D Liberty coin is worth a fortune, record-breaking sales usually involve extremely rare conditions, unique errors, or historical significance. The number $787.97648 sounds extraordinary, but such extreme values would only apply under very special circumstances, such as a unique specimen, a rare prototype, or a coin with a one-of-a-kind minting anomaly. The coin market works on supply and demand. If many examples exist, the price stays lower. If only a few high-quality examples survive, collectors compete and push prices higher. That is why grading and authentication are so important. Professional grading services examine coins under magnification, verify authenticity, and assign a numeric grade that determines market value. Another factor that increases value is original mint packaging. If a coin has been preserved carefully in mint sets or original government packaging, it has a better chance of maintaining its condition. Coins stored improperly can tone, scratch, or lose luster, reducing their appeal to collectors. History also plays a powerful role. Coins from the early 1960s were minted during a time of change in the United States. The country was entering a new decade filled with political tension, economic growth, and cultural transformation. Holding a 1961 coin is like holding a piece of that era. Collectors love coins not just for their metal but for their story. If you believe you have a valuable 1961 Liberty coin, never clean it. Cleaning a coin can permanently damage its surface and reduce its value dramatically. Many beginners make this mistake. A coin with natural toning is often more desirable than a shiny cleaned coin. To determine the current market value, you need to check recent auction sales, coin dealer listings, and silver prices. Market value changes over time. What was worth one amount last year could be worth more or less today depending on demand and metal prices. For beginners who want to start investing in Liberty coins, education is key. Learn how to identify mint marks. Study grading scales. Understand the difference between circulated, uncirculated, and proof coins. Knowledge protects you from overpaying and helps you recognize true opportunities. Some collectors focus only on high-grade examples. Others enjoy building full-year sets. Some search for error coins. Each strategy has its own excitement. The thrill comes from the hunt, searching coin rolls, estate sales, auctions, and old collections. The 1961 Liberty coin may not automatically make you a millionaire, but under the right conditions, it can be worth far more than face value. The key is condition, rarity, silver content, and demand. Coins that appear ordinary at first glance can become extraordinary when examined closely. On coins, we always encourage viewers to check their collections carefully. Look at dates. Look at mint marks. Use a magnifying glass. Compare details with verified examples. The next hidden treasure could already be in your home. Remember, coin collecting is not just about money. It is about history, art, and discovery. Every Liberty coin carries a story of the era it was minted in. Every scratch tells a journey. Every preserved mint state coin represents decades of careful storage. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1961 Liberty coin and its current market value, make sure to subscribe to Coins for more rare coin discoveries, value updates, and expert insights. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next hidden treasure story, because in the world of coins, one small detail can change everything. One tiny mint mark can multiply value. And one overlooked coin could be worth far more than anyone expects. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting. Your next valuable Liberty coin might be closer than you think. Today we are diving deep into one of the most powerful, historic, and valuable names in American coin history, the legendary Liberty coin, with a special spotlight on the incredible 1964 issue and its current market value that has shocked collectors around the world. This is not just pocket change. This is history. This is silver. This is serious money. When we talk about Liberty coins, we are talking about a symbol that has represented freedom, strength, and the American spirit for generations. Lady Liberty has appeared on many United States coins over the decades, from the Morgan dollar to the walking Liberty half dollar and the peace dollar. Her image is not just artwork. It is a message. It is a reminder of independence and power. And collectors absolutely love that. Now let's focus on one of the most talked about coins in modern American history, the 1964 Liberty coin, more specifically the 1964 Kennedy half dollar. This coin was minted in Denver in 1964, the first year of the Kennedy half dollar series after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The coin carries immense historical significance because it represents a nation in mourning and a tribute to a fallen leader. The 1964 Kennedy half dollar contains 90% silver and 10% copper. That alone makes it valuable because silver has intrinsic metal value. But here is where things get interesting. Not all 1964 coins are equal. Condition is everything. A circulated coin might only be worth slightly above its silver melt value. But an uncirculated high-grade example, especially graded MS-65, MS66, or higher by professional grading services, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and then there are the rare varieties. Certain 1964D coins show unique minting errors or special characteristics. Some have doubled dies. Some have unusual strike qualities. These are the coins that serious collectors hunt for. These are the coins that can explode in value. Now let's talk about the current market. Silver prices fluctuate daily, so the base melt value changes with the market. But collector demand adds a powerful premium. In recent years, high-grade 1964D Kennedy half dollars have sold at auction for strong prices, especially those in near-perfect condition. Proof versions of 1964 coins, although minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark, can also bring impressive numbers when deeply cameo and flawless, but there is an even bigger story that shocks the coin world. Rumors and legends have surrounded the extremely rare 1964D piece dollar. Officially, the piece dollar series ended in 1935. However, in 1964, a small number of piece dollars were reportedly struck at the Denver Mint. These coins were never officially released and were said to have been melted. If a genuine 1964D piece dollar were ever discovered, experts believe it could be worth millions of dollars. Some collectors speculate values reaching extraordinary figures such as hundreds of thousands or even over $1 million due to rarity and mystery. That is where you hear shocking numbers like $787,976.47 or even higher estimates being discussed in rare coin circles. While that exact figure depends on condition, authenticity, and auction competition, it shows the incredible potential of ultra-rare Liberty-related coins. The key to understanding value is rarity plus condition plus demand. A common Liberty coin in worn condition might only be worth its silver content. But a rare date, low mintage, mint error, or near-perfect graded coin can multiply in value dramatically. Let's talk grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS70 is considered perfect under magnification. Even a small difference between MS64 and MS65 can mean hundreds of dollars difference. That is why collectors carefully examine strike sharpness, luster, contact marks, and eye appeal. The Liberty design itself is one of the reasons these coins remain in demand. Whether it is the flowing hair of Lady Liberty on earlier dollars or the powerful portrait of Liberty walking toward the sun, these images are timeless. Investors love silver. Collectors love history. And Liberty coins offer both. Another factor driving prices up is long-term appreciation. Over decades, key-date Liberty coins have steadily increased in value. Limited supply and increasing global interest in rare American coins create upward pressure on prices. When new collectors enter the market, competition increases. If you have a 1964D Liberty-related coin, here is what you should do. First, check the mint mark. The D mint mark is located on the reverse side for the Kennedy half dollar below the wreath on earlier versions. Next, examine the condition carefully. Look for sharp details in the hair and lettering. Strong luster and minimal scratches increase value. If you believe your coin is high grade, consider professional grading from a reputable grading company. Never clean your coin. Cleaning can destroy value instantly. Even if the coin looks dirty, original surfaces are preferred by collectors. A cleaned coin can lose a significant percentage of its market price. Let's also discuss market demand today. The silver market remains active. Economic uncertainty often pushes investors toward precious metals. That indirectly supports 1964 silver coin values. At the same time, the emotional and historical connection to 1964 keeps demand strong. Some auction results have shown beautifully preserved 1964D coins reaching impressive numbers. Rare error varieties can climb even higher. And if the legendary 1964D piece dollar ever surfaced legally in private hands, experts predict it would become one of the most valuable American coins ever sold. That is why collectors constantly search bank rolls, estate sales, and old collections. Hidden treasures are still out there. Many people do not realize that a simple-looking coin could be worth far more than face value. The the Liberty name carries power. It connects early American coinage to modern silver issues. It represents freedom. It represents history. And in the coin market, history equals value. As the Coins channel, we always encourage education first. Learn the dates. Learn the mint marks. Study auction records. Understand grading standards. Knowledge is profit in the coin world. The 1964 Liberty connection is not just about silver content. It is about a turning point in American coinage. After 1964, silver was removed from most circulating coins. That makes 1964 the last year of 90% silver half dollars for regular circulation. That fact alone creates lasting collector interest. Imagine holding a coin minted in a year of national tragedy, made of real silver, carrying the Liberty legacy, and possibly worth far more than you expect. That is the excitement of coin collecting. Some collectors build complete Liberty sets. Some focus only on key dates. Others invest in top-graded registry coins competing for the highest-ranking collections in the world. The competition pushes rare examples into higher and higher price ranges. Market value today depends on silver spot price, coin grade, rarity, and auction demand. Always check recent sold listings from major auction houses and certified coin marketplaces for accurate pricing. The market changes, but quality and rarity always win. So if you have a 1964 Liberty-related coin, do not ignore it. Research it. Protect it. Store it properly in a dry, safe environment. And if it is high grade, consider certification. The world of Liberty coins is full of surprises. From common silver pieces worth modest premiums to ultra-rare legends worth hundreds of thousands or even approaching the $1 million level, the potential is real. On this channel Coins, we explore the hidden value in everyday change and historic treasures alike. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1964 Liberty coin, its history, and its current market power, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video with fellow collectors, because in the world of coins, knowledge turns cents into thousands, and sometimes, thousands into life-changing money. Stay tuned for more powerful coin discoveries right here on Coins. Today's story will absolutely amaze you. Welcome to Coins, the channel where history meets value and metal turns into money. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the top Liberty coins, their powerful history, their mystery, and especially the legendary 1967 issues and their current market value. Some collectors believe certain rare examples could reach astonishing numbers like $787,976.46 under the right conditions. Let's explore how and why the word Liberty on a coin is more than just a design. It represents freedom, identity, and the spirit of a nation. In the United States, Liberty has appeared on coins for more than 2 centuries. From flowing hair designs in the late 1700s to the majestic walking Liberty and the elegant seated figure, Liberty coins have always captured attention. They are not just currency. They are symbols. When collectors talk about top Liberty coins, they usually mean the most valuable and historically significant Liberty designs ever produced. These include the Morgan Silver Dollar, the Walking Liberty Half Dollar, the Standing Liberty Quarter, the Liberty Head Nickel, and the Peace Dollar. Each of these coins has its own story, rarity levels, and market demand. One of the most iconic Liberty coins is the Morgan Silver Dollar, designed by George T. Morgan and first minted in 1878. Its bold portrait of Liberty and powerful eagle design made it an instant classic. High-grade Morgan dollars today can sell for thousands, and rare dates can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars. Condition plays a massive role. A coin graded MS-65 or above by professional grading services can multiply in value dramatically compared to a worn version. Another legendary design is the Walking Liberty Half Dollar, introduced in 1916 and designed by Adolph A. Weinman. Many people consider it one of the most beautiful coins ever minted. The image of Liberty striding toward the rising sun symbolizes hope and strength. Certain key dates like the 1916 and 1921 issues are extremely valuable, especially in high mint state condition. The Standing Liberty Quarter, produced from 1916 to 1930, also carries strong collector demand. Early versions from 1916 are rare and valuable, especially in top condition. The detail of Liberty standing confidently with shield and olive branch represents protection and peace. When these coins appear in auctions in high grade, they can surprise the market. Now let's talk about 1967. This year is especially interesting in U.S. coin history. During the mid-1960s, the United States faced a coin shortage. As a result, the U.S. Mint removed mint marks from coins between 1965 and 1967 to discourage hoarding. So if you find a 1967 coin without a mint mark, that is normal. It was part of official policy. Most 1967 coins were made in large quantities, so common examples are not extremely valuable. However, there are exceptions. Special mint set coins from 1967, often called SMS coins, were produced with better quality than regular circulation coins. Some of these have unique finishes and sharp details. High-grade examples of 1967 SMS coins, especially with deep cameo contrast, can sell for impressive amounts. The 1967 Kennedy half-dollar is particularly popular among collectors. Although it does not feature Liberty directly on the front like older designs, it carries forward the tradition of American symbolism. Most 1967 Kennedy halves are 40% silver. Their base silver value already gives them a strong foundation, but high-grade or rare error versions can command much higher prices. Error coins from 1967 are where things get exciting. Double die errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and transitional errors can multiply a coin's value many times. If a rare 1967 error coin is found in exceptional condition and authenticated by a grading service like PCGS or NGC, its value could skyrocket at auction. In rare circumstances, elite coins with extreme rarity and perfect grading can approach astonishing numbers. That is where dramatic estimates like $787,976.46 come into discussion. Such prices are not for ordinary coins, but for unique, one-of-a-kind specimens with historic importance, flawless condition, and intense collector demand. Collectors always look at four major factors: rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance. A common coin in poor condition might only be worth face value. The same coin in pristine condition could be worth hundreds. If it also has an error or low mintage, the price can move into thousands or more. The coin market today is stronger than ever. Online auctions, global collectors, and third-party grading have created transparency and excitement. Silver prices also influence the base value of many Liberty coins. When silver rises, silver-based Liberty coins often follow. If you believe you have a valuable Liberty coin from 1967 or any other year, the first step is careful examination. Do not clean the coin. Cleaning can destroy value instantly. Instead, inspect for sharp details, unusual features, and errors. Consider professional grading. Authentication adds trust and can dramatically increase selling price. Some of the highest-selling Liberty coins in history have broken records at major auction houses. Rare early dollars, proof-only issues, and top population-graded coins can reach six figures or even more. While most 1967 coins will not reach nearly $787,976.46, the possibility of rare discoveries keeps collectors searching. The beauty of coin collecting is that anyone can participate. A simple coin in your pocket might hold a hidden surprise. Liberty coins connect us to the past. They carry stories of economic change, wartime struggles, artistic achievement, and national identity. The 1967 era represents a turning point in American coinage, when silver content was being reduced and the modern age of coins began. That makes these coins historically important even if many are common. For serious collectors, assembling a complete Liberty design collection is a long-term goal and a rewarding journey. Market value constantly changes based on supply and demand. Coins that were affordable 10 years ago may now be far more expensive. High-grade Liberty coins remain especially strong because collectors always compete for the best examples. Population reports from grading companies show how many coins exist in each grade, and when only a few top examples exist, prices can rise sharply. So what should you watch for? Look for sharp strikes, original luster, minimal marks, and rare varieties. Study mintage numbers. Research auction results. Knowledge is power in the coin world. At Coins, we believe every coin has a story. Liberty coins represent freedom, history, art, and opportunity. Whether you are chasing a legendary rarity worth hundreds of thousands or simply building a silver collection, the journey is exciting. Imagine holding a coin minted decades ago, maybe even in 1967, and realizing it could be worth far more than its face value. That feeling is why collectors never stop searching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into top Liberty coins, their history, and the potential market value of rare 1967 issues, stay tuned for more incredible coin stories. The next treasure might already be in your hands. Keep checking your change, keep learning, and keep collecting. This is Coins, where small metal can mean big money. Today's story is going to blow your mind. Because we are talking about one of the most mysterious, misunderstood, and talked about coins in the world of American numismatics, the legendary 1973 Liberty coin. And yes, we are going deep into its history, its real current market value, the truth behind huge price claims like $787,976.45, and whether this coin could actually be worth a fortune. Welcome to Coins. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks ordinary at first glance. A simple Liberty design. A date that reads 1973. Nothing flashy. Nothing golden. Just a normal-looking piece of metal. But what if that small coin could be worth thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, depending on condition, rarity, and error types? That's where the excitement begins. First, let's understand what people usually mean when they say 1973 Liberty coin. In 1973, the United States Mint was producing several major coins featuring Liberty in different forms. The most common Liberty-themed circulating coin of 1973 was the Washington Quarter, where Liberty appears in the word Liberty at the top of the coin. There were also Eisenhower dollars, Kennedy half dollars, Roosevelt dimes, and Lincoln cents, all carrying the word Liberty as part of their design. But here's the important truth. There was no special Liberty head coin minted in 1973 like the old Liberty head nickels of the early 1900s. So when someone claims a 1973 Liberty coin is worth $787,976.45, we must carefully examine what coin they are referring to and why. Let's break down the real history. The word Liberty has been a powerful symbol in American coinage since the 1700s. From the flowing hair design to the Morgan dollar, Liberty represented freedom, strength, and national identity. By 1973, the United States Mint had modernized most designs, but the spirit of Liberty remained through inscriptions and symbolic imagery. In 1973, the U.S. Mint produced coins at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. San Francisco also produced proof coins for collectors. These proof coins are extremely important when discussing value because high-grade proof coins can sometimes sell for very high prices. Now let's talk about actual market value. A regular 1973 Washington Quarter in circulated condition is usually worth face value, 25 cents. In uncirculated mint condition, it may be worth $5 to $15 depending on grade. However, if the coin is graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services, it could reach hundreds or even over $1,000. The 1973 S-proof quarter can be worth $5 to $20 normally. But deep cameo ultra-high-grade proofs can sell for significantly more. The 1973 Eisenhower dollar is another interesting coin. In circulated condition, it's usually worth $1 to $3. Uncirculated examples might sell for $10 to $50 depending on grade. Special silver versions minted in San Francisco contain 40% silver and can be worth more based on silver price and condition. Now here is where things get exciting. Error coins. If your 1973 Liberty coin has a major mint error, the value can skyrocket. Off-center strikes, double dies, missing clad layers, wrong planchet errors, and dramatic die cracks can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. For example, a 1973 coin struck 50% off-center with full visible date can sell for hundreds of dollars. A dramatic double die error, where letters appear clearly doubled, can also bring strong prices. Coins struck on the wrong metal planchet can sell for thousands, but what about $787,976.45? To be honest and clear with you, no standard 1973 circulating Liberty coin has ever sold anywhere near $787,000 in public auction records. Prices that high are usually associated with extremely rare historical coins like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel or early American gold coins. For comparison, the legendary 1913 Liberty Head nickel once sold for millions of dollars because only 5 are known to exist. That's true rarity. That's history. That's extreme collector demand. The 1973 coins were produced in the hundreds of millions. That makes them common. And common coins, even old ones, do not automatically equal high value. However, condition is everything. A coin graded MS68 or PR70 by a top grading company can multiply in value dramatically. Collectors pay premiums for perfection. If a 1973 coin were discovered in flawless condition, preserved for decades without a single mark, it could command a surprising price at auction. The market today depends on grading, demand, metal content, and rarity. Silver content coins naturally hold intrinsic value because of precious metal. Clad coins depend entirely on collector interest and condition rarity. Now let's talk about how to check your 1973 Liberty coin. Look closely at the mint mark. If there is no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. A D means Denver. An S means San Francisco. Check for silver content. Some 1973 Eisenhower dollars from San Francisco contain 40% silver. These weigh slightly more and have different edge coloring. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for doubling in the letters Liberty or the date 1973. Look for unusual thickness, missing layers, or strange textures. Do not clean your coin. Cleaning can destroy collector value instantly. If you truly believe you have a rare high-grade or error coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service for authentication. Now let's talk about the psychology of viral coin prices. Online, you may see headlines claiming that a 1973 Liberty coin is worth nearly $800,000. These headlines are often exaggerated, misleading, or based on misunderstandings. Sometimes they reference completely different coins. Sometimes they confuse Liberty Head coins from the 1800s with modern coins that simply have the word Liberty printed on them. This is why knowledge is power. Coin collecting is not gambling. It is research, patience, grading accuracy, and market awareness. The real treasure in 1973 coins is not fantasy numbers. It is the hunt for high-grade survivors and rare error varieties. It is the excitement of checking pocket change. It is the joy of discovering something unusual, and remember this: value changes over time, silver prices rise and fall. Collector demand shifts. Certain grades become more desirable. Auctions set new records. The coin market is alive. Could a 1973 coin ever reach an extremely high value? Only if it had a one-of-a-kind mint error, extraordinary provenance, or some unique historical discovery attached to it. But today, in the real current market, standard 1973 Liberty coins are generally worth between face value and a few $100s depending on condition, with rare errors reaching into the thousands. So if you have a 1973 Liberty coin in your collection, don't assume it's worthless. But also don't believe unrealistic viral price tags without proof. Examine it. Research it. Protect it. Grade it if necessary, and most importantly, keep searching, because in the world of coins, sometimes the most ordinary-looking piece of metal can surprise you. This is Coins. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, hidden values, market truths, and real numismatic history, stay with this channel. Because your next treasure might already be in your pocket. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about modern American coins ever created, the legendary 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar, often called a Liberty coin by collectors because of the powerful Lady Liberty image on the reverse. Many people still have this coin at home. Some are sitting in drawers. Some are in old piggy banks. Some are even in circulation. But here is the big question everyone asks: is your 1979 coin worth just $1, or could it be worth thousands? Let's begin with the history. In 1979, the United States Mint introduced a brand new dollar coin featuring Susan B. Anthony, a historic women's rights leader. This was the first time in U.S. history that a real woman, not a symbolic liberty, appeared on a circulating coin. That alone makes it historically significant. The coin was authorized by the U.S. government and produced by the United States Mint. The obverse features Susan B. Anthony's portrait, designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo. Around her portrait you'll see the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." On the reverse, you'll see an eagle landing on the moon, a design originally used on the Eisenhower dollar, symbolizing American achievement during the Apollo 11 mission. The year 1979 marked the first production year. Millions were made in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Because so many were produced, most $1,979 are common. But here's where things get exciting: not all 1979 coins are equal. There are rare varieties that collectors desperately search for. And these rare varieties can sell for shocking prices, sometimes thousands of dollars, depending on condition. One of the most famous versions is the 1979 S Type 2 proof. This coin was minted in San Francisco. The difference is in the S mint mark. On the rare Type 2 variety, the S mint mark is clearer and more defined compared to the blob-like Type 1. This small detail makes a huge difference in value. A regular $1,979 in circulated condition is usually worth about $1 to $3. But a 1979 S Type 2 proof in perfect condition graded PR70 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can sell for thousands of dollars at auction. Now let's talk about condition, because condition is everything in coin collecting. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state 70. The higher the grade, the higher the value. A coin that has never been used, never scratched, and preserved perfectly can be worth hundreds of times more than a worn example. For example, a $1,979 graded MS-67 can sell for hundreds of dollars. And in extremely rare cases, top population coins have reached astonishing auction numbers. Many online rumors claim that some 1979 Liberty coins are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, like $787,976. It's important to understand the truth. While most $1,979 are not worth that much, extremely rare error coins, unique high-grade specimens, or special presentation pieces can sell for very high amounts if two collectors compete fiercely at auction. Now let's talk about mint errors. Mint errors are coins that were struck incorrectly at the mint. These include off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchets, or dramatic misprints. Error coins can dramatically increase value. For example, a double die error where the lettering appears doubled can be very valuable. Off-center errors where part of the design is missing can also bring strong prices. Some error $1,979 have sold for hundreds or even thousands depending on how dramatic the mistake is. Another important factor is mint mark location. Coins without mint marks usually come from Philadelphia. A D mint mark means Denver. An S mint mark means San Francisco. Proof coins from San Francisco are especially collectible because they were made for collectors, not for circulation. Now let's discuss why the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar initially failed in circulation. The coin was very close in size to a quarter. Many people confused it with a quarter, and it was unpopular. Because of this, production slowed down after 1981 and briefly resumed in 1999 before being discontinued. That short production period actually helped make certain years and varieties more collectible. Collectors today look for high-grade uncirculated rolls, proof sets, and especially Type 2 mint marks. If you have original mint packaging from 1979, that can also increase value. If you are checking your coin at home, here's what you should do. First, check the date. Make sure it says 1979. Second, look for the mint mark near the date. Third, examine the S mint mark carefully if it is from San Francisco. Fourth, inspect the coin under bright light for errors or unusual features. 5th, never clean your coin. Cleaning can destroy value instantly. If you believe your coin is special, consider sending it to a professional grading service. Authentication and grading can significantly increase buyer confidence and final sale price. Now let's talk about the current market. Coin values change depending on demand, silver prices, collector interest, and auction trends. As of recent market trends, common circulated $1,979 remain low in value. But high-grade certified examples and rare proof varieties continue to perform strongly in auctions. Online marketplaces, coin shows, and major auction houses often list 1979's Type 2 proof dollars in the hundreds to low thousands depending on grade. It is important to remember that exaggerated claims online often create hype. Always verify values using reliable price guides and recent auction sales. The excitement of coin collecting is not just about money, it's about history. Every $1,979 represents a moment in American culture. It represents progress, women's rights, space exploration, and economic experimentation. For many collectors, the Susan B. Anthony dollar is affordable to collect in complete sets. That makes it a great starting point for beginners. However, the dream of finding a rare high-grade or error coin keeps the treasure hunt feeling alive. Imagine finding a forgotten proof coin in an old collection. Imagine discovering a rare Type 2 mint mark. Imagine sending it for grading and receiving a near-perfect score. That's the thrill collectors live for, and that's why coins that look ordinary can sometimes turn into extraordinary discoveries. Before we end, here are quick value estimates to remember. Circulated $1,979, approximately $1 to $3. Uncirculated mint state examples, $5 to several $100 depending on grade. 1979's Type 2 proof. Hundreds to thousands depending on condition. Major error coins, potentially hundreds or more depending on rarity and demand. Always research carefully, compare recent auction results, and consult professional graders before making big financial decisions. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, hidden values, mint errors, and amazing auction stories, make sure you subscribe to Coins. Turn on notifications so you never miss a rare coin alert, because the next valuable coin might already be in your pocket. Today we are diving deep into the world of Liberty coins, especially focusing on 1981 issues, their history, their current market value, rare errors, grading secrets, and how certain coins can reach astonishing numbers in the collector's market. Some online rumors even mention unbelievable figures like $787,976.43. But what is real? What is hype? And what should you actually look for? Let's uncover the truth. First, we need to understand what people mean when they say, Top Liberty Coin 1981. In 1981, the United States Mint was producing several coins that featured Liberty in different forms. The most well-known Liberty design appears on the Morgan dollar, the Peace dollar, and earlier classics like the Walking Liberty half dollar. However, by 1981, these classic silver Liberty coins were no longer in regular production. In 1981, the coin most commonly associated with Liberty was the Susan B. Anthony dollar. While it does not say Liberty across the front like older designs, the word Liberty still appears on many U.S. coins as part of the traditional inscription. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was minted from 1979 to 1981 for circulation, and then again in 1999. Now here is where things get interesting. The 1981 Susan B. Anthony dollar was produced in three main mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, unlike 1979 and 1980, most $1,981 were not released widely into circulation. Many were made primarily for collectors in mint sets and proof sets. That limited circulation has created strong collector demand. A regular 1981 Susan B. Anthony dollar in circulated condition is usually worth only a few dollars. But in uncirculated mint state condition, especially graded MS65, MS66, or higher, values can increase significantly. Proof versions, especially Type 1 and Type 2 mint mark varieties from San Francisco, are particularly desirable. The 1981's Type 2 proof Susan B. Anthony dollar is one of the key coins. The Type 2 has a clearer, sharper S mint mark compared to Type 1. In high-grade PR69 deep cameo condition, these coins can sell for hundreds of dollars. Perfect PR70 examples certified by top grading companies have sold for even more. Now let's talk about grading, because this is where real money is made. A coin's condition is everything. Two coins from the same year, same mint, same design can have completely different values depending on grade. Professional grading companies like Professional Coin Grading Service and Numismatic Guarantee Company assign numeric grades from 1 to 70. A difference of just one grade point at the top levels can mean thousands of dollars difference. That is how some Liberty coins, not necessarily 1981 circulation coins, but rare Liberty designs from earlier years, have reached prices in the hundreds of thousands. For example, ultra-rare Morgan dollars with special mint errors or extremely low mintage can cross six figures at auction. But these are historic rarities, not common pocket coins. So what about the huge number like $787,976.43? Let's be realistic. A standard 1981 Susan B. Anthony dollar will not sell for that amount. However, rare Liberty coins from the 19th century, especially unique era coins or extremely rare mint state survivors, have crossed very high auction records. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers Galleries have handled coins that reached jaw-dropping prices, but value depends on rarity, condition, historical importance, and demand. Now let's explore why Liberty coins are so popular. The image of Liberty represents freedom, independence, and American identity. Since the late 1700s, Liberty has appeared in many forms: flowing hair, capped bust, seated Liberty, walking Liberty, and more. Each design tells a story about the time period in which it was created. Collectors love Liberty coins not just for silver content, but for art and history. For example, the Walking Liberty design is considered one of the most beautiful coin designs ever made. That same design was later revived on the American Silver Eagle bullion coin starting in 1986. Silver content is another key factor. Many older Liberty coins are made of 90% silver. That means their melt value alone can be significant depending on silver prices. However, the 1981 Susan B. Anthony dollar is made of copper nickel clad, not silver, so its value depends purely on collector demand and condition, not metal content. Let's talk about errors, because error coins can change everything. If you have a 1981 Liberty-related coin, look carefully for off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, die cracks, filled mint marks. Proof coins struck on wrong planchets. Rare and dramatic mint errors can multiply value many times over. Even modern coins can become extremely valuable if the error is rare and certified. Now here is something very important for our coins family watching right now: never clean your coins. Cleaning destroys original surface and can reduce value dramatically. A coin that might be worth hundreds in original condition can drop to almost nothing if harshly cleaned. Always handle coins by the edges and store them properly in holders or capsules. If you believe you have a rare 1981 coin or any Liberty coin, consider sending it for professional grading. Authentication adds trust. Certified coins are easier to sell and often bring higher prices. Now let's talk about current market value in simple terms. 1981 Susan B. Anthony dollar circulated, usually $1 to $5. 1981 uncirculated mint state, $10 to $50 depending on grade. 1981 S proof type 2 high grade, $100 to several $100. Perfect PR70 certified examples can reach higher levels depending on demand. Older classic Liberty silver coins in high grades can range from hundreds to thousands. Ultra-rare dates and mint marks can reach six figures. The dream of finding a life-changing coin keeps collectors searching every day. Estate sales, old collections, inherited boxes, bank rolls, garage sales, treasure can appear anywhere, but knowledge is power. Understanding mint marks, mintage numbers, die varieties, grading standards, and auction records separate serious collectors from casual hobbyists. The 1981 Liberty-related coins may not be million-dollar coins, but high-grade and rare varieties are absolutely collectible and valuable. And for beginners, they are affordable entry points into the world of numismatics. Imagine holding a coin that connects you to over 2 centuries of American history. The word Liberty stamped into metal. A symbol of freedom carried through wars, economic crises, and generations. That is why Liberty coins will always have demand. Before you spend or ignore your old coins, check them carefully. Look for mint marks P, D, or S, compare Type 1 and Type 2 proofs. Study condition under magnification. Research auction sales. Protect your finds, and remember, hype online can exaggerate prices. Always verify real sold listings from trusted auction houses, not just asking prices. Here on Coins, our mission is simple. Educate. Inspire. Protect collectors from misinformation. Help you discover the hidden value in your collection. If you love rare coins, historic designs, market value updates, and real price breakdowns, stay connected with Coins. Because the next coin we talk about could be sitting in your drawer right now. Liberty is more than a word on a coin. It is history. It is art. It is value. And sometimes, in the right condition, it can be worth far more than you ever imagined.